Good evening, guys, and welcome to Tuesday Night Racing here in LFR for Season 1, Round 1 of Tuesday Night Racing here in LFR. I think we'll get the guys getting underway now. So I'm here with Flea, as you can see on my screen. How you doing, Flea?
Yeah, I'm alright. Looking forward to the first race of the season, the opener as usual at Australia. Although we are doing a random calendar, so that's going to mix things up after this race.
It definitely is indeed. So yeah, as Lee says, we're starting with Australia. We end in Abu Dhabi as normal, but everything else in between will be different. We've only got, unfortunately, we've only got 16 tonight. We should have had 17, but someone hasn't been able to turn up. But still full qualifying. We'll have only one driver knocked out in Q1, as we're just waiting for some of these guys to ready up. Just need one more to ready up, and we can get underway. Lee, would you just turn your microphone down a little bit? I can hear a lot of background noise.
Copy.
Thank you.
There?
Yeah, that's better. Have you put out to ready up?
Yep.
Cool. There we go. Yeah, as I said, obviously we had a full 20 last night, but only 16 tonight. We got a couple of reserves in. Bazman reserving for Delta now, as he was supposed to attend, but he has not. Got a couple of new drivers: Deadshot, Velus, and who's another? Stovica is another new driver for the start of the season. Didn't do any pre-season, so they're being chucked right into the deep end for this race, Lee.
Yeah, I mean I've raced with a few of the guys here in this lobby, and yeah, some of them have got some good pace, so I'm looking forward to quite an interesting race, to be honest.
Yeah, I am indeed. Oh, of course, we've got Young Lights, who we very much predict will be right at the top of the standings. But so we've got Q1, only 16 drivers, but 18 minutes for these 16 drivers to try and get into qualifying 2. And I've got a couple of comments coming in there. 3 comments, in fact.
Oh,
I'm sure I can guess who one person is.
Yep. So we've got Taylor McKenzie just saying hi, same with Mr. Lights Zeno. I think that'll be Young Lights. But he's also saying turn your mic up. So
to who? Yeah, listen. Just mute your mic secondly and listen on the stream. See what it sounds like. Play it back, and then you can let me know. As we've got 8 people watching at the minute. And we've got a few guys coming out on chat. Yeah, sorry, we'll sort out the mic issue in a second. We're just having a double check. So we've got Avish, who man? Hey man. I'm still going to get them wrong. It's still first race of the season. So Dark Stomper out on a lap, on out lap, sorry. In the Renault, he's got his new teammate for this week, Velus, in the other Renault, and Taylor McKenzie is in the Haas once again for tonight, obviously sticking with that at the moment. How are we doing, Lee?
Yeah, you think? Yeah, he's saying that your mic needs to be turned up a little.
Oh, okay, that can easily be sorted. Or can hear ourselves on the stream, Lee? Do you want to just turn that down?
Sorry, I forgot.
That's alright. Right, sorry guys. Right, that should be better. And yeah, so we're on board with Rhinosaurus in the Red Bull. Tomlin has left the session. Could you try and give him an invite, Lee? Tomlin 3290. And Deadshot has also left the session. It's very strange. As we're just about to see Rhinoceros start his lap. I don't know if we're having some technical difficulties or not, but anyway, we'll stick with Rhinoceros at the moment. And he's just coming round turn 4 into turn 5, and yeah, he's taking that rather nicely. And we'll get the we'll get the sector times up. We've got a few people on the medium tyres, Lee. But they asked, yeah, we've got one guy. We got Stuvaker on the medium tyres, Lee, which is rather strange. I don't know if he realises it was full qualifying. Deadshot. And just give me. Would you invite Deadshot on the list, Lee? You can do it through the list.
Already done that.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, cool. And yeah, so we've got a load of guys out on the track at the minute after we've had some issues with the drivers. We'll get back to the action. So we have got I think we've got Dark Stomper about to set a lap. Oh no, he invalidated his lap time. I don't know if he's on a. He might be just starting a lap now. I'm just going to see Average Human invalidated his lap time also. Got a few invalidations, Lee, quite a few invalidations from these guys on their first runs. We'll stick with
maybe just take a wee bit getting used to again.
Yeah, well, Tyler's set a 22.0, which we know it can get a little bit faster than that, maybe a bit over a second, but he'd probably be safe into as we got Stu Villar on the medium tyres, which we're a little bit confused about, but there you go. And Bennett setting the fastest time with a 21.5, and Bazman 21.1. These times are starting to rocket down now, Lee. And we've got, we'll stick with Young Lights at the minute in the Alfa Romeo.
Sorry, just quickly, it looks like Iggy Tumble went and spun off at the chicane at 11 and 12. He's just getting back up to speed now.
Well, let's hope he doesn't get anyone's way. Of course, ghosting is now been turned off as we're now back with the Alfa Romeo driver of Young Lights. And yeah, he's just coming up towards the end of Sector 2 into the fast left-right of the circuit, where a lot of people invalidate or even lose the car completely, as he's pretty stable through that corner and down into the final few corners of the lap. It's been looking pretty tidy for you, Lee. I don't know if you've been watching him. A bit of a lock up into there was a bit of a commentator's curse there, a bit of a lock up into the final, into the penultimate corner. Sorry, now around the final corners across the line. Any second now. Smashed it. 1:19.5, 6/10 faster than second place at the moment. We've still got a few guys in the pits though, as we've got a couple of the guys just rejoining the session. So we'll just see who's on the lap. I think Iggy is just gone for another lap. He hasn't got a lot of battery left, but he's having a go, and he's just gone onto the grass there. He wasn't fully paying attention. Lee, have you got the stream on?
Yeah.
Have you got it actually on, because I can hear it in the background?
No.
Oh, I can just hear my own voice then.
You're just tripping, my friend.
Ah. And just tripping. As you're going to see Iggy Combo across the line here, he's got a 1:53 to beat, I'm sure he is, and he goes 1:22.6 and puts him in 8th place. The Williams 8th and 9th at the minute. But obviously Stuvacar is on the medium tyres. Going to check out the comments a little bit there, Lee. There's a few comments coming in at the moment.
There's none new at the moment. Nope.
No, it says 9 comments.
Oh yeah, I was just discussing about the microphone.
Ah, okay.
levels.
Okay. Well, we're going to. I'm with Valois at the moment. They in the Renault. He's just about to start his lap. I feel like he could be a contender to challenge Jerome potentially. And we're just going to see him start his lap now as he's coming into turn 1. 200 miles an hour when he hits the brakes. Into turn 1, a fast corner. You just lose it a little bit through turn 1. But obviously this isn't the main part of qualifying. This is just it's only going to knock out one driver for this session, so you don't really need to be fully on it at the minute. That comes on in about half an hour's time. But at the moment, it's just trying to get a good feel for the track. Don't know how much practice he's actually done as he cuts the grass there. It turns into a bit of a lawnmower, and he's coming round these couple of corners here. It's almost it's a flat, very comfortable flat curve into this quite tricky right-left chicane. Not so easy to get on the power, and down towards the fast left-right. Probably the best combination of corners here on this circuit. As he misses the apex of one, he has to really lift through the seconds, and he's had a bit of a scruffy lap here, Lee. Maybe I should keep my mouth quiet about being up there with Jerome.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, commentator's curse. It's always something that's always happened. To be honest,
It's definitely always happening. If you've only got just over 8 minutes after the session, let's see where it puts him. 7th place.
so even on a scruffy lap, he's still managed to get up there, and I think that should secure him
Yeah.
for getting through to Q2.
Yeah, as we got, and just to say, obviously we've got non-human freedom, as you said this last week, but it's now a little bit of a different story. As we saw Deadshot, I think, in the Williams last weekend, but now you're seeing him in the Racing Point as he hits the wall, coming up to the. I think he was on it. Yeah, he's on an outlet lane. He's
Who was that?
Deadshot. He's a little bit. Yeah, he was a little bit all over the place there. He's on the medium tyres. I'm not 100% sure why. But Diaghi is, as we were saying before, about Freedom and the non-human being brothers in Monday Night Racing. Tuesday Night Racing has got Diaghi and Deadshot, who's now taking a full-time seat at Racing Point. Young Lights retired from the session, and yeah, quite safely so, as Diaghi is coming into the pit lane. And yeah, interesting. As we're seeing a couple of guys on a lap as well. We've got Rhinosaurus Lee on a lap at the minute.
Well, let me see who else is on the lap. Anyone else?
Avinash Human is on a lap probably, and Taylor could be on a lap as well.
Yeah, Taylor's just finishing his lap now. He does improve, but doesn't put him up any further, unfortunately.
Same with the Ferrari driver of Avish Human as well. So Rhinosaurus coming around the final couple of corners now, on the final corner onto the start-finish. A little bit of a while to get to the line, and he doesn't improve position. Mooman Graham is behind him. Tom Lynn is on the lap on the outlap on the medium tyres as well. Diaghi back in the pits. We've got Santi on the lap in the Alpha Tauri.
See, the thing is, with people using the mediums right now, as well, it's the track here. It's
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say it does give them an extra set for Q2 on the softs if that's just what their plan was. But then you should have just gone on the soft set.
Yeah, well, the strategy is usually the preferred strategy would be like a soft hard or something like that, but it could
medium hard
opens
works, but it's a much better strategy, the medium hard. So trying to qualify on the mediums would be the best strategy.
I mean, myself, I don't know what was that.
We've seen a couple of times improve Avish Human right up to the 19s now, along with Dark Stomper. Dark Stomper is right up towards the 19, and these two guys in the right at the very top of the leaderboard at the minute. We've seen if any other guys are going to come out and do laps. We've got Tomlin on a lap in the on the medium tyre, as we were saying before, which we don't see why people are doing this, but each to their own. And as you see, Tomlin goes quite wide through the left-right chicane in the middle of the lap, and he's clipping the grass as well. Not fantastic. Just as we're talking about this, actually, just some of this scruffy laps. Obviously, we've got the LFR Jensen Button Award for this season, where it's Clean Driver Award for this season. We talked about it last night in Monday Night Racing, where you're not going to get a prize for winning. Obviously, you do get the championship just as an entity, I suppose, but you're actually going to get a physical prize for just Clean Driver Award. That's really the main thing, is guys having fun and not having to call it a day too early on their race day.
Yeah, I mean, well, yesterday I ended up calling it a day early by myself, to be honest.
Don't talk about my day yesterday. I think it was worse than last week.
Well, I ended up at the chicane 11 and 12, which I'd done a very rookie mistake, and well, just went too wide at 12 and right into the wall. That was me. Oh, as we see, there's a collision between Deadshot and Tomlin. Going onto the straight at 9:10.
What happened there?
It appears that Deadshot just went right into the back of Tomlin at full speed. Whether Deadshot was on a lap or not, I was riding on board with Tomlin at the time. I don't know.
Were you recording, Lee?
Yeah.
Would you clip that quickly and put it on YouTube so I can have a look? As we're having a couple of guys retire from the session, of course, and that means that Deadshot didn't set a lap. His brother Diaghi, Diaghi, I keep saying Diaghi, Dodgy. I don't know why I keep saying Diaghi. Sorry, Dodgy. I don't know why I keep doing that. We did that last week, and it just got stuck in there. But yeah, Dodgy is in 8th place. Deadshot is out of the session, so that'll be it. The session is Lee's left the session. Oh yeah, of course you've got to. Yeah, it's all right. I'll invite you back.
Right.
I forgot that it does that.
Yeah, I never realised myself, but I'll be back in 2 seconds.
So yeah, we've got a minute and a half left, so I'm sure it won't take Lee too long just to do that for me. As we're just seeing these guys coming in. Obviously, no guy is retired yet, so everyone is starting to retire from the session because they know it's that is it. So Young Knight heading the session with Dark Stomper in second, Avish Human third, and that's the top three with Deadshot out of the session, and Rhinosaurus is the only man. He's not on a lap, I should say. He's looks like he's just cruising around on a bit of a Sunday drive. As how are we getting on there, Lee? We've got a minute left in the session.
On it right now, don't worry about it. That's it trimmed right now for speediness.
So yeah, not much to talk about at the minute, guys. Obviously that Deadshot incident, which I'm going to have a little sneak peek at. But yeah, everyone else has been able to get through. Tomlin's been able to get through with his 26.1. But obviously he's had a bit of a controversial issue. So did Deadshot go into the back of Tomlin, or Tomlin go into the... I'm guessing it was Deadshot went into the back of Tomlin.
Yeah, well I was riding on board with... could I get an invite please, sorry.
Yeah.
I was riding on board with Tomlin, and I just glanced up and seen him just spinning, and then just seen Deadshot
Remember to
on the grass as well.
remember to spectate, not ready up.
Ah, don't worry.
Because I have done that many a times. You've got a few seconds left as we're just waiting. Rhinosaurus is going to cross the line. Oh, he's just starting. Oh no, he's just going to go on another lap, Lee. So we have got one more lap to look at.
Not bad.
And yeah, it's Rhinosaurus who's on his lap, turn 3. This is a very tricky traction zone between 3 and 4. You can lose the car there pretty easily. 5, also quite a tricky corner to get right, and quite a lot of these, because it is a part street circuit, it almost looks like it isn't, but it is a street circuit, and yeah, some of these corners are quite tight and high curves, like that one there at turn 7 and 8, I think. Or is this? No, this is turn 8 and 9, sorry. And yeah, we're coming through here now, and he's pretty committed, and he almost gets onto the grass. That curb is so aggressive on the outside. As we're all back in good now, Lee.
Yeah, I'm here.
As we're just going to see him cross the line, and just as you do that, let's see if your video is uploaded, Lee. As we're seeing him come around the final corner, and see if he can improve on his 23.2.
Yeah, I think it's uploaded now. Yeah, so as we see, Young White's making a dominant start to qualifying already with a 19.5. That's quite impressive up to now. Then we've got Dark Stormbird 6/10 behind at the moment. But I have heard that he was a little scared on his second lap. He didn't want to invalidate, which is fair enough. So we could just wait and find out and see how things go.
Yeah, sorry, Lee. I was just having a quick look at that. So yeah, we're just going to go into Q2 now. Obviously, some guys have used their medium tyres, so it's going to be really interesting. What happens, obviously, if you don't know the formalities of qualifying, which you probably all do, we'll just go there. The top 10 who qualify in this session to go into Q3, whatever tyres they qualify their fastest lap on, they have to start the race on. So you will see a couple of guys on medium tyres, but you'll also see soft guys, and the trend may be everyone will jump to softs at the end. There will be a couple of guys, I'm sure people like Dark Stomper and Jerome Avashuman, people out who are in the top 3, they'll definitely try and go for the mediums, and as we see a few guys already coming out onto the track. Just seen Santi come out in the AlphaTauri. So yeah, we've got 15 minutes in this session. We'll get all the stats up for you now, all the deltas, and yeah. So we're just going to see all these guys starting their out laps. So we've got a Haas, I think, in the lead. Tyler, I keep saying that, I'm going to do this all season. Taylor McKenzie in the Haas will be the first man to cross the line. So anything to so there's a few guys who are already on the softs. There's a couple of guys in the pits that says they're fitted with soft tyres. As you've seen, some of these guys now starting to queue up, with Diageo just waiting behind him. I don't know who the next guy is after that. It's a Renault of Dark Stompers. So they're all giving each other a little bit of space. As we're going to see Taylor start his lap in the Haas. He's got a car ahead of him though. He needs to make sure to get out of his way as he's going through turn 2 there. He had a really nice line down to 3. Tricky braking zone here and apex. As we see Tomlin, he's got a little bit of traffic to watch out for here, Lee.
Yeah, I noticed that's just waiting on Stoker and H. Bosworth to go. We'll go as I see H. Bosworth. Oh, gets a wee bit scruffy coming out the last corner there.
So we're still with Taylor on the medium tyres. So we said we've got a few guys already out on the soft tyres, like Santi. He's already started his lap. Tomlin on his out lap, as we saw it, just ahead of Taylor a minute ago. We got Stuvakar in on the soft tyres.
Sorry, just seen there coming out of turn 4. Bosworth just put a bit too much throttle down and was on the curb at the same time, and he just went into the wall a wee bit, damaging his front wing a little. So expect him. He'll be coming into the pits for a new wing. Suspect he'll probably be taking it easy on these medium tyres if he hopes to start the race on them.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I tell you what, we'll look at Dark Stomper because he's about to cross the line with Bennett taking pole position at the moment. First place at the moment, 21.4 for Dark Stomper. Good time on the medium tyres. He's got young lights on and out lap. We've just seen Avish Hanman has invalidated his lap time. I think he's having another go. He must have enough fuel to get round. Bosworth obviously had his wing damage. Bazman coming down to cross the line any second now in the Red Bull reserving, and he goes second place, Lee. 21.8, so 4/10 off Dark Stomper. Yeah, Avish has gone purple, sector 1 it said there. I didn't see the actual time. Got a yellow flag with a Red Bull. And we're just seeing Avish now.
Oh, that's fine.
So we've got Avish Human coming round the fast section down the DRS straight. As we didn't say earlier, 3 DRS straights here. This is one of the most prime overtaking opportunities. Get my words out, Joe. The prime overtaking opportunities on the track. There's probably about 3 of those in total. Turn 1, a little bit sketchy there, but turn 3 is probably the best place to make overtakes on this Albert Park circuit here in Malvern. And 4th place for Avish Human, and Stuve Akar is taking 4th place, but he is on the soft tyres. So there is a little bit of a mix-up at the moment. We've got Jerome on a lap, invalidated his lap time. That's not what he wanted, and he's going to have to come into the pits because I'm guessing Jerome will have minimum fuel on board, so he is taking it very slowly. So I don't know if he's trying to save fuel or if he's going to have to come back into the pits, and there's 9 minutes to go. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to do 2 laps if he's going the pace he's going to come back into the pits. But that's not great for young lights. Iggy Combo 22.4 in the Williams, and very close to his teammate, but on the medium tyres crucially. So he's in quite a good position. Outlap for Velus, who's just coming out of the pit lane, as we see there, and that's a little bit weird. Very strange. And Rhinosaurus just starting his lap, so we'll stick with him, Lee. So obviously we are going to have 5 drivers now eliminated from this session as we get down towards crunch time, top 10 time. We had a few more comments, by the way, Lee.
Yeah, it was just I think that's Mooman Graham. He was just saying, "I'm not last." Whoop. So he's happy that he's at least not last. So I think that's a bit of a good attitude to have anyway.
Yeah, it definitely
just-
is. Positive spirits. You right there?
Iggy Combo almost spinning it out of turn 13 there. He was on his in lap.
H. Bosworth in the wall. He's got to be careful not to get in driver's ways, and he has made a recovery there. And yeah, Rhinoceros, the McLaren of Diaghi, getting out of his way, and he's into the final 3 corners of this lap. This really fast right-hander.
H. Bosworth spins it again.
Oh, he's got hot tyres. He needs to be careful on that loud pedal. As we're seeing Rhinoceros come around the final couple of corners. Not set a lap time yet. Gone straight to the soft tyres. 7 minutes to go in this session as he crosses the line, and he's in last place of the drivers who have set laps, 23.8, and that's a full second off the pace at the minute. So he obviously had a scruffy lap. Jerome on an out lap on the medium tyres once again, but the pressure is getting to him now. This could be Lee's one and only lap.
Well, maybe it'll just depend on if he does mess this up, then he's going to have to just go straight into the pits and then come back out.
Yeah, is he? I think that was a little bit of lag there. It looked like he hit the ball there when we were talking about Jerome. And Tom then, he's on a lap in the Alpha Tauri in 12th place, not set a lap time just yet. On the soft tyres, obviously the red banded soft tyres, and yeah, coming out and on to this short straight with a very steady gradient to the radius, sorry, to the left there, and it's not a challenge whatsoever in these cars coming down the DRS straight towards the last part of the lap, which is, I'd probably say, is the start and the end of the lap are quite technical at this circuit, aren't they, Lee?
Yeah, I would say that it's one where if you mess it up, you do lose quite a bit of time, so it is quite vital to get it right, which sometimes it's threading the needle with your setup. You know, you've got to compromise for the straights as well.
12th place for Tomlin. We're back with Jerome. We saw him. He's made a mistake. He's got onto the grass, and they caught him in the exact same place they did last time, where he invalidated and got onto the grass at that point. And as he's coming around these couple of corners here, and he's almost lost it. This is not a good lap from Jerome. He might have to bail out of this and go onto the softs, because because people are going to go onto the softs in a minute, and it might knock him right down, and he'll be in the danger zone of being knocked out in Q1, which is definitely someone with a big lockup, and he's got a Ferrari sat there nicely getting out of the way. He needs to be careful though. He would just it's going to ruin his run. Sorry, we're going to have to get back to Jerome, and he's still taken pole position by 1/10. That looked like a very scruffy lap from Jerome, and just goes to show the pace this man's got in his pocket. And so we've got a couple of guys who still haven't set a lap. Bosworth has now gone on to the soft tyres. Graham, who is on the lap, so we'll stick with Graham in the Ferrari. He was happy he wasn't last in the last session. We'll see what happens there. Since he got purple sector 1, no offence to Mooman, I'm not too sure if that's right. We'll carry on with the lap. The driver with the 43 Ferrari is coming down this back straight here, as we were talking about before. Very shallow radius corners. Say again, Lee?
Well, see, Dark Stomper is just beating Jerome's time by
3/10.
a quarter of a second.
Yeah, almost 3/10 of a second, and Dark Stomper needs to be doing laps like that into the next qualifying session. I think these two guys are easily going to be safe on the medium tyres, as well as Bazman could be quite safe. Diaghi is dodgy, is right up there. Joe, gotta stop doing it. Mooman Graham is coming around the final corner, and it's just about to cross the line with 3 minutes to go. Goes 14th, fastest last of the runners to set times. Bosworth is on a lap though, and he's going to want to try and knock him knock him down at least, well, only one place, and well, he's going to hope to get into the top 10. So this really is crunch time now for Bosworthy.
Yeah, it's
this is his one lone lap.
Ronan's went 4 laps on them softs, and then that's put him into 4th place though, so I'm not sure that'll most likely affect him to start the rest.
Yeah, I don't know why he's gone for that option, but we'll have to wait and see. As Cedric Jerome again retired from the session, he's checked out. I'm going to take a break for the next couple of minutes until we get into Q3 before the start of the race. 6th place for Bosworth, knocks Mooman down to 15th, and I don't think he's going to be able to set another lap time. Oh, he's on one right now, I think, and we're coming right to the end of the lap, but he's used the same tyres again, but it could get him up a few places, which means he will still start on a fresh set of tyres as Mooman stays 15th fastest. As we've got a few guys out on out laps and a couple of guys on laps. I think Rhinoceros, no, he's on an in lap. Bennett is also on an in lap, going pretty slowly.
Sorry, Beckett.
Oh, is it Beckett? It is Beckett, not Bennett, isn't it? Beckett. It's going to take a while, guys. Just bear with me. Jerome. Lee's better than me at these sorts of things. As we're seeing Bosworth obviously coming into the pits, and Dodgy has retired from the session. I don't know if he's done that intentionally because he's in 10th place, and he's crashed out of the session. As we're going to get with the Ferrari of Amish Human, we're going to see where he is. He's got to be careful as he's now disappeared, but he was around this area, so I think the two brothers have actually both crashed out in qualifying. Really not. I don't know what their last name is, but not very good for the not very good for the Dodgy family, should we say? You still with us, Lee?
Yeah, I'm still with you here, and yeah, it's so as it looks up to now, Ayub is out. He's not going to be able to get another lap in.
Yeah, we're just
let's see.
we're just looking at some guys. There's the Ferrari of Combo. Oh, sorry, Ferrari. Avish is on. Oh no, he's finished the session already. I think we've got Combo coming up. Obviously, he's on the soft tyres to see if we can knock Dodgy out of the session.
Let's see, Tom wins first. Let's see he goes away to cross the line.
It doesn't improve.
Nope.
And Combo goes 5th fastest, and he is now safe. And that's very strange that it's not knocked Dodgy down.
Oh no, because Dodgy actually put in a faster lap. He would be sitting roughly about 7th. So
I thought he was outside the top 10.
No, so going into by the looks of things, going into there'll only be 9 in Q3.
Ah, well, we have got and Taylor has gone into the session as well. As this is very strangely something's going on here.
Oh no, it's so Dodgy will be starting from P10. Considering
he's done a faster lap. Yes.
Yeah, so he'll be starting P10, which I think he's going to be a bit gutted about it. Either he didn't get through, or he's not starting 11th, so you can get a fresh set of tyres at the start.
Yeah, that's not great. So it is going to be 9 people in Q3 for the battle for pole position. As we're just going to wait for the clock to tick down. Mooman is out in the outfield of the circuit. I think he's trying to get out of people's way, but he doesn't need to, as everyone is finished the session. Yeah. He hasn't got any fuel on board either, but he is now into the pit lane and this will take us to the end of the session. I think we're just waiting. Probably are going to have to wait the next 50 seconds.
So yeah, let's see. Right, so starting on the medium compounds up to now will be Dark Stomper, Young Lights, Bazman and Dodgy. They'll be starting on the mediums in the top 10.
Yeah, so we are now going to get into Q3. Usually 10 drivers, but only 9 in this session. Yeah, as we see, Dodgy is out. No, he set a time on the soft tyres, not the medium tyres.
Oh, that must have just lost it trying to get in the mediums, but hey ho, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it definitely is the way the cookie crumbles, and as we're going to see now. So the people been knocked out is Stovaka, Avish Human, which is quite a big surprise. I'm going to be honest. Velus, but we know Velus has got good race pace, and Tomlin 14th. Moonman Graham, you're not starting last, mate, but you are starting penultimate from the back of the grid. And yeah, we're just going to get on to Q3 at the moment, and just give us a few seconds for the game to load into the session. We're going to have 12 minutes left until lights out. And yeah, now we're getting into the session. Of course, we don't know if it's a dry race, Lee.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a spectacle, but judging by the way that people have opted for the medium tyres, it does look like it's going to be a dry race. But considering it could be at the end of the race, or nearer the end of the race, that it goes to wet. It's just one of those things we're going to have to wait and find out. Ooh, the mystery, the intenseness of it all.
Well, I got a feeling who's definitely going to be the top 2 fighting it out for pole position is my guess, but we never know. Could anything could happen. People could crash out. Invalidations, of course, but we will have to wait and see in about 11 minutes or so time, or just a bit over that, obviously, because you can finish your lap as you start. Young Lights is now coming out of the pits. We've got a couple of guys. We've got 4 guys out on the circuit. First man is Beckett, thank you, Lee. And I was actually just taking the last sip of my coffee when I said that. So, but anyway, thank you. Beckett will be the first one to start. Young Lights, his teammate, are pretty much predicted pole sitter for this race, but we will have to wait and see. I'm not hoping there's a commentator's curse on that one at all. But is that an ice cream van I can hear, Lee?
If it is, you could hear it well before me.
Actually, I'm just hearing things. I'm just expecting it. We haven't heard it tonight, actually, which is a great shame. But
yeah, you're too used to hearing it.
Beckett is about to start his lap now, and obviously you only get around 2 laps anyway in the last part of qualifying. Sorry, with the only 12 minutes of time in the session. And yeah, Beckett down to turn 3. We'll see how he does, Lee.
Yeah,
oh, and he's got a big kick through turn 4, sorry, and the car didn't respond very well to what he was asking the car to do. Obviously, purple sector 1, that is true. First man to start a lap will set the fastest lap of the session to start off with. And yeah, coming down to this chicane here, as we've seen Beckett come round these couple of corners into the fast left right, as we see so many people have a bit of an incident. We may see some of that later on tonight. There is quite a high possibility of safety cars in this race, as we're seeing them now come round these 2 corners. First one a little bit slower, this one you can get on the power quite quickly, and try and use all the curb on the outside, which Beckett didn't do. Big lockup into the penultimate corner. That is a lockup heavy red zone there, with him coming around the final corner down to the down to the start finish line, and 21-1 to beat at the moment. Who have we got next? We've got a Renault Dark Stomper. 19.9 for Dark Stomper. Really good time there. And H. Bosworth was next in line and third on the grid at the moment. Last of the guys to set a lap. I think it's Taylor next. It is going to be Taylor, and then it's going to be Young Light, I think. Oh no, sorry, it's not Taylor. It's Santi. Santi is the next one to cross the line. 21-9 for Santi. H. Bosworth and Santi are very close. Taylor 21-2, and he's very close to Beckett. Jerome, second place. Ooh. 20.040, but he's obviously got another lap to go. I think we've got Bazman coming up next. Yeah, we've got a couple of guys on out laps, and he's invalidated his lap time, so he's only going to have one more crack at this qualifying session. Rhinoceros is now on a lap, so we'll stick with him, the only man on a lap at the minute. As we've seen him come down to turn 3, as we said before, hard traction zone to get optimal. As he kicks it wide, and he's invalidated through turn 4. Quite easy to do it there. You're going to be a little bit aggressive on the power and open up the steering a little bit too soon. So he's got one more. He has still got 7 minutes. He's got plenty of time to do another lap if he's got another fresh set in his still remaining, as you only get a set amount. You get an extra set for Q3, but it depends if they've used all sets in other sessions. Iggy on a lap, and Taylor is just finished his lap, so we'll go with combo, not set a time at the minute. Three drivers not to set a time just yet. Same purple sector 1 for Iggy. We'll keep an eye on that. I do hate this game for that, because it does like to lie to you.
It likes to keep you on the edge of your seat.
It does, definitely. As we're seeing him now, the Williams driver, the only Williams driver in this session, is he's just coming into this left right now, and he could have been a bit more committed through there. He was a little bit gentle through there as he's coming down to this right-hander. A little lock-up, got a yellow flag. I think that's just a driver going slowly as they're coming around the last couple of corners. Really tricky apex here for the penultimate corner around the final, and you've got to be gentle on the power and down the start-finish straight. It's a while to get to the line. He does a 22.6, 6/10 off 6th place, so he really needs to improve on his lap. As we've got a couple of guys, Dark Stomper is already out on his outlap lane, and he's really going to want to try and really trying to get on with this for this session.
Yep. Sorry, I was just reading the comments there.
No worries.
Booman Graham is saying, hoping for a top 15 finish tonight. Got Young Light saying, whoa, 5/10 off my Q1 time. Right, so he's quite shocked at that. He messed up sector 1, he's saying. So, is that just a one-off, or is that just the sector where he's just not as strong as the rest? But I doubt that with the pace that he had in Q1. I think it was just a minor error. Sometimes it is a tricky sector to get right at times, especially the slow bit after turn 3.
Yeah. As we're with the Dark Stomper, at the minute, Lee, and he's just started his lap. The provisional pole sitter as it stands in the Renault, setting of purple sector 1. It's saying, obviously we've got Alfa Romeo second and third at the minute, Lee. It's a really good showing for Alfa Romeo at the minute.
Yeah, they're showing quite a lot of promise, so it's going to be, it might be a good wee battle for them. For the constructors, they might be, it looks like they might do well in the constructors, but we'll have to
wait and see.
Yeah, it's one of them.
It is definitely one of them, as we've seen Dark Stomper coming around the last few corners now, Lee. Let's see if he can improve on his time. A little lock up into the final couple as he's hard on the revs through the final couple of corners. As we're coming up to the line now, sticking as far to the left as he can. A 19.1, Lee. That is a stomper of a lap. And
in all honesty, I'm not sure if Young Whites could beat that. That's a really tough time to beat. He's going to need to shave off a second off of his time, roughly.
He is indeed, so it's going to be interesting to see with Young Lights. And it's going to be interesting to see who can take third on the grids between Taylor and Beckett. As they're looking pretty close in times at the minute. Bazman in the pits again. I saw him, he was on a outlap, but I think he must have been validated once again. And he can get out one more time. He's just got about enough time. Jerome on his outlap, and he's going to have seen that time, and I'm sure he's going to be quite disheartened with the feat he's got in one lap to make up a second.
Riding with Bosworth right now. He's on a lap right now. As he's just coming up to the end of sector 1 with the Alfa Romeo of, I think that's Young Lights just in front actually, as he moves out to the side. That's nice sportsmanship there from Young Lights. Of course, there's one thing you don't want done to yourself, to be honest, is someone getting in the way of your qualifying lap, so...
He's 2/10 up on his time there. He does have a big kick through that corner. As you said, it is tricky to get right.
Who are you riding on board with?
Bosworth.
Oh,
just
yeah.
As you were commentating, thought we'd go with him as we come around the last couple of corners now. No real lock up there. No dramas through the last, the second to last corner through the last. Doesn't improve position. That is a shame. And Jerome, he's got 40 seconds. He's just got enough time to start his lap, so he's just about to get on with it now. And let's see, we'll see how he does a little later on. We'll stick with the guys who have just started the lap. Red Bull 8th and 9th at the minute. They want to get a little bit higher than that for this race, as we've got Taylor about to cross the line, I think, for his final run. Third.
Oh.
He is split. The Alfa Romeo's Haas is on the second row of the grid for the Australian Grand Prix here in LFR at the moment, and Santi in the pits, so he's not going to be improving on his time. Who have we got next, Lee? We've got Rhinosaurus next, coming around the final corner now with in the Red Bull with his teammate not too far behind, and let's see if he can improve on his time. He doesn't, no. And he's staying in 8th place. We have got a racing point out of Bosworth. He's already set his time, and we've got his teammate behind on a lap at the minute. He's got Bosworth. He might get a little bit of a toe down this start-finish straight, Lee.
Jerome has crashed at the chicane at 11 and 12.
Jerome has crashed. He is out of the session. He was pushing far too hard. Bazman goes third place. The reserve driver for Red Bull literally came in at the very last minute to take Dowles' seat, as pushed Red Bull up to the second row. So Haas on the second row of the grid, along with Red Bull just ahead of them. But Young Knight, we were thinking he was going to be our pole position, but pole position has been taken by 9/10 of a second, 9/10, and we thought Jerome could get quite close to that time, but obviously he got too close to the wall and he's out of the session, and he's starting on the front row, so everything can change into turn 1. It's a fair play, Lee. It's lighting up with comments now. 22 comments.
Yeah, well, Young Lights was just saying that he was purple and a second up. And, well, he's already made his intentions clear. He's going to be pushing non-stop, he says. But he's disappointed in himself right now, so... I mean, he's still got a good position. He's still second on the grid. And
He is.
you never know what could happen, so... It is still a good position nonetheless.
Yeah,
As we
definitely.
see, Dark Stomper putting in a astounding lap with 19.1. So, and then Young Lights second, Basman third, Taylor McKenzie fourth, Beckett in fifth, Iggy Cumbo in sixth, Judge Santi seventh, H. Bosworth eighth, and Ronan in ninth. So, yeah. What do you think this race is going to be like?
Interesting. Last night's was a little bit chaotic. I think it was all just stemmed from turn 1. So we'll just hope we can get a... Last week they were very good, to be fair, but we have to admit it wasn't the most exciting race. But Australia could be a little bit closer together. It's going to be interesting to see with the top 2. I think, but obviously anything could happen. There's always really high chance of there being a safety car because of that fast chicane in the middle of the lap, and just have to wait and see. Everything can change with strategy here because of safety cars.
Yeah,
just
easily.
go on.
No, I was just saying easily the strategies could change. I mean, safety cars, it makes the race so much unpredictable. You know, so it's just one of them things. We're going to have to wait and see how things pan out.
We are indeed. We're in a 16 drivers, as you can see in the corner just quickly. No Mercedes drivers today. So Mercedes turned up in Australia this time out, but hopefully we'll have a few more next week as we go. They've all set up with their strategies. Obviously the 6 guys outside the top 10 can pick whatever tyres they want. So we'll have a little look, Lee, at the tyre situation, get everything up and ready for the race. Obviously formality.
So it's everybody is on the softs except from Ayub in 13, and the top 3 is Dark Stomper, Young Lights and Basman.
Dark Stomper and Tomlin have both been disqualified from the session. They already had an incident at the start of the race, so very interesting. Pit stop strategies: soft, too hard, or a double soft, and then a medium strategy, or soft, medium, soft for this race. And we're just seeing the guys obviously doing their, only 14 now, doing their formation laps, or formation lap, should I say. So you've got Dark Stomper on pole position at the moment, warming up their tyres, and Jerome just behind him, as we're seeing the predicted stops once again. So just to refresh your memory from 10 seconds before, soft to hard, soft, medium is the optimal strategies for this race. As we're seeing, there is a bit of a queue. There is a bit of a gap in the queue, Lee. My man Graham is just coming through the left-right chicane now.
He'll just be making sure his tyres are properly up to temperature, and judging by his looking on his steering wheel, I could see that they are pretty much up to temperature. Roughly about 90 on each, so he's got his up to temperature perfectly by the looks of things. Just looking forward to the start of this race.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll change it from tyres. We all know what tyres everyone's on, pretty much all on softs, apart from Ayub in 13th positions. We're just waiting for the guys to form up on the grid. We haven't got any good camera angles at the minute, Lee, so we'll just wait for the lights to go out. Here we go. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're... Oh no, we've got that little bit of a lag in the old game, Lee. And we're away
Let's go.
in LFR, Tuesday night racing here at Australia in Dark Stomper. Looks like he's got a good start over Young Lights as we see everyone going down into turn one. I think it's all been alright, Lee. Seeing, yeah, Dark Stomper's got a... he's got Jerome right on his tail. Bazman and Taylor. Taylor going down the inside into turn three. And there's a big spin off at the back. Was that a Ferrari? Was that Mooman?
That was Tomlin, went up the inside, he missed his braking zone completely, unfortunately, and took out Mooman, Graham and Ronan, unfortunately.
Oh dear, so those two are going to have to pit VSC, virtual safety car deployed. That's going to be a shame for the back markers now, because they're going to really lose out on that one.
Trying to see if anybody's got any front end damage or anything of the such.
And we've got a green flag already in Young Lights. We're just going to go down the inside of Dark Stomper there. He has got a little bit of a lag issue at the minute with Dark Stomper, and Young Lights has taken the lead off Dark Stomper at the minute down the inside. 5 second time penalty. There's a big kick of oversteer. Tomlin needs to be careful here. As we're seeing these guys battle out with a lack of front wing, I think Mooman needs to just be a little bit careful. I know he's probably frustrated from that incident, but Jerome is now starting to get away. He got a really good restart from that VSC, Lee. And Taylor's still quite close behind though. And we've also got Bazman on the medium tyres. Obviously Taylor is on the soft, so he should be a little bit quicker than the guys in front. Diaghi has spun. Safety car deployed, Lee.
Yep, and Tomlin didn't go into the pits, so I wonder if he's going to do it now or not. But if he does, then that's worked out a bit better for him, and he'll be able to rejoin in 14th, I do believe.
Yeah, it will look like potentially as we see these two guys coming out. But that is Work to Treat. Medium tyres for Mooman Graham, hard tyres for Rhinoceros. But that is Work to Treat. Let's hope they don't get involved with that safety car on their left-hand side, which they don't. But Young Lights retired from the session. Stuvakar, very strangely.
Yeah.
He's crashed like the fast left right, but there was a safety car. That is very strange. So we'll see if Tomlin is going to come into the pits. A few guys are coming into the pits. We'll change this to tyres. Yeah, Tomlin into the pits. Diaghi, dodgy Joe. It is dodgy. I keep saying Diaghi, and Amash Heeman is in the pits. Yeah, when the Santi is just coming out the pits. There has been a little bit of change in the order. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like there was a Velouz though. Lee made the most amount of gains at the start of this race, up to 6th place. We'll just have a quick look on position changes. Up 7 positions, as well as Deadshot had a really good start as well, but still on the soft tyres. Bosworth, his teammate, is up 3 positions also. One guy out of the race at the moment. Rhinoceros with a penalty. So yeah, tyres. Big mix up in the tyre strategies now, Lee. A lot of guys on the hards. Just going to go for the long game, I think.
Yeah, well, just had a bit of word from Stovka there. He's in that apparently the bot was controlling the car somehow. He couldn't control the car. So
Lee?
yeah.
Mate, I've just been kicked from the lobby.
Restart.
Has everyone been kicked?
It's just coming up migrating host and it's still migrating me.
Okay, we'll do a restart. Do you know
Sure.
that you have a look back at the stream for the grid? Can you do the invites and?
I'll do my best.
Sorry guys. I tell you what, we'll restart this stream in just a second. Okay, we'll do another race stream for you guys. We'll just say we're doing a restart. We'll give you 2 seconds.